Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Wahar Rakak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, the men that taught me this truth through the Spirit. Peace and blessings to you, brothers that's teaching this word, the truth and sincerity. And peace and blessings to the rest of the elect of the house of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, which consists of the sisters, the believers, and the helps of the prophets, and also the Israelites that look like the other races, other nations, but their lineage or their bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, this show or discourse is going to be about the nations are angry, shit hitting the fan, the prophecies, the birth pains is happening back to back to back. It's happening rapidly, all right? These contractions that the Lord prophesied about is happening even more frequently than it happened. It's happening even more frequently than it has in the past. All right. Real quick. First Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, their sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, they shall not escape. All right. So when they talk about peace and safety, then sudden destruction is going to come upon them. The judgment that's written, famine, pestilence, the sword, which could be biological warfare, actual warfare, which is militaries invading the country and killing you. These are the judgments that's written in this book, written in the scriptures. All right, for he that have an ear, let him hear. As travail upon a woman with child, because a woman has a cycle, and in her pregnancy cycle, all right, she goes through birth pains, which are called contractions, and as she gets closer to the baby being born, the contractions happen more rapidly. The birth pains happen more faster and harder until the baby is born. Okay. So the Lord, metaphorically or symbolically, said the destruction upon this world, upon the rulers of this planet Earth, which is the so-called white man, all right, and the other nations. He referred to the destruction as a woman being pregnant and giving birth. And when they shall say peace and safety, then the destruction or the judgment that's written is going to happen onto them. Now, I wanted to get into this article with the nations being angry and mad, because it's this is RT, which is Russian Today. All right, another alternative media source, which push better news. You know, you can't believe the scriptures say the simple believeth every word, but their news is a little more accurate than American news, which is called fluff news. Donald Trump calls it fake news. All right, they're a little more accurate, all right, than American news. So it says, where was your patient zero? Chinese officials speculate Americans may have infected Wuhan at Army games and calls to come clean. So the Chinese is accusing America to spreading this coronavirus, because they saying, where's the patient zero? Because the coronavirus is nothing new. Contrary to popular belief, contrary to social damn media, all right, the coronavirus been on the planet Earth. It's just another strand of flu, influenza, all right? So the Chinese, which is Moab according to the Bible, according to biblical prophecy, they said, where's your patient zero? And they believe that they was infected at the war games when all nations gathered together to show their new military might. All right? And that's an act of war. That is an act of war, to release biological warfare, to biologically attack another nation secretly, That is an act of war. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lijian Zhao has demanded U.S. authorities reveal what they're hiding about origins of COVID-19. And notice it has a new name now. It went from coronavirus to COVID-19. All right? And usually when they give it a new name, that's a new strand of disease, a mutation of the disease. It's not the original disease anymore. So going as far as to suggest the coronavirus may have been brought to China by U.S. military, that's an act of war, man. And that's nothing new under the sun. The so-called white man goes to another country and biologically attack them. Ask the Native Americans, which are the Gadites according to biblical prophecy, when they gave them smallpox in their blankets. That's biological warfare. SARS, smallpox, and other contagious diseases to wipe out the populations of the North American Indians. They came they came peacefully, but in their hearts was swords. In their hearts, they was planning to conquer this people, just like they did with Chinese, and the Chinese are accusing them of. And that's actually in the scriptures. Let's get that. The book of Songs, chapter 55, verse 20, I believe. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. Because there's not supposed to be no war amongst the nations as of right now. There's supposed to be peace. But if America did allegedly what China is accusing them of doing, that's an act of war. You putting your hands against such that has been at peace with you. He have broken his covenant, which shows that the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, because devil just simply means deceiver. Look it up. He deceived people into believing he's going to keep his side of the bargain, keep his side of the deal, the contract, the covenant, which means agreement, but he never does. He's the great hypocrite. He's the great deceiver. He's the serpent that the Bible speaks of. All right? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. The words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's smooth words when you say, all right, we're going to be good, it's going to be peace, we can do deals, we can do business. But then secretly, you attack these people. You wipe out their populations. You make them go into quarantine because you're spreading a damn disease to destroy them. All right? It says pointing to the video of Center of Disease Control and Prevention Director Robert Redfield apparently admitting the U.S. had several deaths from COVID-19 before they were able to test for it. Zhao called on the American watchdog to come clean and tweet posts on Tuesday. CDC was caught on spot when did patient zero begin in the U.S.? How many people are affected? What are the names of the hospitals? It might be U.S. Army who brought the epidemic to Wuhan. Be transparent. Make public your data. U.S. owe us an explanation. And you caught in your lies. Once again, Esau is caught to be a liar. The world is blaming China for this outbreak, but it's already been in existence. So once again, the so-called white man, which is Esau Edom according to the Bible, is caught to be a deceiver, caught to be a liar. All right, let's listen to it if you can. You know, I'm not even good. I'm on airplane mode. They might cut my shit. They might cut the video because I played their video. This is good. Revelation 20:1. And I saw an angel come from down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. He laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Now, we know this is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, the angel known as Satan, but this is talking about a man. This is talking about a people, a nation of people. The so-called Caucasian race, all right, which was known as the Roman Empire at that time. And he laid hold upon the dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil. So all these titles are synonymous. They're synonymous to a race of people, a nation of people, which are the Edomites, aka Caucasian people. And Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, all right, which was the fall of the Roman Empire, all right. It cast him into the bottomless pit, Europe, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more. So we learn through the scriptures that when the so-called white man was in power, he deceived the world. He deceived the nations. Salakia. I dropped my phone. He deceived the nations. So what is so different now? He's in power again, and he's deceiving the world again. He's deceiving the world on who the true Israelites are. He's deceiving the world of the colors of the Heavenly Father and His Son. He's deceiving the world on who's the chosen people of God? What the color, what do they look like? He's deceiving the people, the actual chosen people of God, which are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians and Mexicans, all right, from North, Central, and South America, all right? He's deceiving y'all into believing that you inferior beings. He's deceiving the nations. He's deceiving the world to making them think that the coronavirus came from China. This all is because of Chinese people. All right? And the list goes on. It says, it might be U.S. Army who brought the epidemic to Wuhan. Zhao suggests calling for the CDC in the U.S. in the U.S. in general to be transparent and share what they know about where and when patient zero was first diagnosed. Because this dude, Ronald, what's his name? Robert Redfield, he admitted that people had the coronavirus already in America. And they wasn't tested for it. They wasn't treated for it. All right? So it says in the video, Redfield acknowledged that some cases of the coronavirus were misclassified as influenza, as the medics did not have an accurate test for the new epidemic at the time. He did not elaborate on when these misdiagnosed cases first appeared, saying only that some cases have been diagnosed that way. So the man is lying, man. How you misdiagnose somebody, but at the same time believe it was a certain type of disease? Oh yeah, we just gonna label it influenza, but you know it's the coronavirus. So it says, in the absence of any patient's details or chronologically of deaths, speculations have swirled Zhao's theory, in particular focus on the military delegation that traveled to Wuhan in October for military World Games, weeks before the city confirmed the outbreak in December. The delegation was part of a 300-member group of American athletes taking part in a multi-sport event held every 4 years. All right. So the nations are pissed the hell off, man. And this is all biblical prophecy. We're going to get into it now. Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. So the nations are pissed the hell off. They pissed the hell off at America, man. They pissed the hell off at Babylon, spiritually Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, for their lies and their treachery. Always pointing the finger at everybody else but their own damn selves. And the nations were angry, because that's an act of war to secretly affect the people with a disease, and then act as if you didn't know nothing about the disease. The disease originated from them. They're the cause of this global outbreak. And then on top of that, that's speaking on the coronavirus, U.S. confirms bombing Iraq Shahid Kataeb Hezbollah militia after rocket strike at base near Baghdad killed 2 troops. U.S. is bombing countries right now. You got the money to be bombing countries when you got a so-called pandemic on your hands? You got people so-called allegedly dying from this disease, but you out there blowing up people? That shows that the prophecies are popping off. The birth pains is happening on a rapid pace, man. The Lord is mustering a host for the battle. So the scriptures say, and the nations are angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead that they should be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. So the Most High is coming back to judge them which destroyeth the earth. Is this so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans destroying the earth? No, they destroyed each other. They're not the ones contaminating the air, contaminating the water, contaminating the food, genetically modifying the food, genetically modifying the water. They're not doing that. Cloning the animals. They're not doing that. So by process of elimination, who is the one that's doing all these evil acts? It's the so-called white race, man, the Caucasian man, known as Esau Edom according to the Bible. All right? This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And when China, those are wars and rumors of wars. Because China is not going to retaliate by, biologically attacking America or blowing up America or shooting Americans. These are rumors of wars. The accusations, the lies, the trials, and then it's going to be all-out war. All right? But the scriptures tell us, be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise up against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. These are the signs of the times. And if you don't know what time you're in, if you still, now this is the message to my people, to the believers, the hopeful elect. If you still caught up into the ways of this world, still caught up into, looking for a future in this world, instead of looking for having your spirit right, repenting, seeking the Lord, and just doing what you can, doing what you have to do, so you can have a so-called stable life. You do what you have to do to live a stable life, but your priority and your whole spirit, your mind, body, and soul should be geared towards seeking the Lord, seeking the world to come. You're going to get caught up in the judgment. You're going to get caught up in the wrath that the Lord has prepared for this earth. All right. Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. This is the prophecy that's written, man. The third woe cometh quickly. The third woe represents the third world's war. This is what I'm talking about, the birth pains. China's going to accuse, the nation's going to accuse America of certain things. America's going to accuse China of certain things. There's going to be a whole lot of back and forth. Wars and rumors of wars. All right? There's going to be missile strikes. There's going to be troops killing troops. There's going to be things that's going to build up to an all-out third world war. America bombed this country. A country bombed certain Americans in this country. Our embassy was attacked. The people are rebelling and revolting. There's going to be a whole bunch of steps that leads up to this third world war. And you being accused of spreading the coronavirus, secretly spreading the coronavirus, that's another step closer to this third world war. You bombing Iraqis is another step closer to this third world war. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. So this is another message to the hopeful elect, the believers. We waiting upon the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Because there's nothing you can do to save yourself from the judgment that's about to come upon the planet Earth. There's no country you can fly to. There's no bunker you can hide in. There's not a lot of food you can stock up on that will save you from the judgment to come. All right? It's plain and simple. Now, does that mean you don't get food or you don't get water to, so-called last you? You just go, you walk in faith, not by sight, man. You continue to live life accordingly. You get your food, you get your water, but then you don't know what the Lord has planned for you. What if there's a pestilence outbreak in your neighborhood? All that food and water is going to be worth nothing because you can't take that with you. The scriptures say we're going to be as pilgrims on the earth. So you live accordingly to the signs, the times of the earth, man. You do what the Lord puts the Spirit upon you to do. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day I rise up to the prey. America's the prey. China's the prey. The world, the powers that be is the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, America, China, Iran, Iraq, Arabia, European Union, NATO. All right? Israel, the land of Israel, the Israelis, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And that's the judgment written, the second death. Because this third world war is going to end with thermonuclear fire. The nations are going to shoot their ICBMs, which stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles, upon each other. And then Yahweh Shai, who the word English calls Jesus Christ, is going to come back to deliver his elect, the remnant, the ones that was given unto him by his father, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly called God. And that's all that she wrote. We don't care if you don't believe. We don't care if it sounds far-fetched. We believe in what the scriptures say. Point blank, period. And pretty much that's it. I pray and hope that you was edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Waharakak Kwadash. Until next time, I say Shalom. Leave your comments through your responses. Shalom.